Hello everybody, I'm Kelly James Parker. You're tuned in to Spotlight on the Ozarks. My guest tonight is a fella that I know pretty well, and we've worked together a lot of times, and you need to come and hear his story tonight. His name is Jason Richison, and we'll be back right after this message.
Well, I'm a city boy, but I was born to roam. It takes a pair of boots to make me feel at home. It gives me some personality, you know. Some says this is me. When you wanna get a kick out of life, go to JR's and do it right. JR's Western Store. Yeah, it's time you get a kick out of life.
And we're back after those messages. And my guest tonight is Jason Richison.
Hey, Kelly.
How you doing, sir?
Hey, I'm doing great, and I'm thrilled to be here today with you.
Well, you need to get a life. Well, we've had a lot of fun, played a lot of music together, and tell the folks a little bit about what you do and what your interest is, and we'll go from there.
Well, I'm a lead guitar player. I also do some singing, and my love of life is just to go around and play music and to get to meet people. And I had a great opportunity to do that when I was part of the Kelly's Country Junction show, and that's a pretty special memory to me.
Yeah, that we did. That's where we met,
Yep.
actually, where we started playing music together. We did a lot of stage shows.
Yeah, that's
We
right.
did quite a few of them, when you really think back.
Well, and you mentioned that's where we met, but I have to say insert a little something in there. I saw you a long time before that, but you didn't know me at the time. This would have been back in the mid to late 90s at a place called the Fort Scott Jubilee in Fort Scott, Kansas.
Boy.
I was actually in the audience. I remember this guy came to the show that night. He was a special guest, and they called him Rockin' Kelly Lee.
Yeah, that was a ways back. Now I'm still rocking.
That's
Kelly
right.
Lee.
You're rocking. Well, I loved what you did back then. Like I say, I was in the audience, and they had this old upright piano on wheels, and they would roll that out sometimes.
Yeah, I remember.
And I remember they rolled that out, and man, you got to going on that piano, and that was some good music and some great times there. And it's funny how later on down the road our paths kind of crossed, and I actually got to work with you.
Yeah, I was with the producer of Kelly's Country Junction, and we went up to watch the show at Fort Scott. So you said you was in the audience. So you hadn't worked at the Jubilee?
Yeah, not at that point.
So you ended up being the sound man.
Yeah, actually I was part of the Fort Scott Jubilee Band for probably about 8 years, and then the show had a really good run. They had some great people, Jack and Lil Sanders, that put on a weekly show for, oh my goodness, I want to say close to 20 years.
Yeah.
And that was quite an undertaking. People don't realize they would have at least 2 special guests a week, a full band.
Yeah.
And it was amazing getting to work with that, be part of the band, and to learn what all goes into doing something like that. But then later on, after they closed, a great couple in Fort Scott, Steve and Nancy Cliffman, kind of out of a labor of love, they wanted to have music there, and they started up the Fort Scott Country Music Show. And I ran sound there, as well as would get up and perform a little bit during each show.
Yeah, that's where I met you then, when you were doing that.
Yes.
So you were the sound man. I told the producer of Kelly's Country Junction that night as we left, I said, that guy right there would make a good lead guitar player for our show.
Oh, well, thank you.
And of course, on this show, we'll be showing you probably, I'm sure that one of the commercials will be where you're at JMT Guitars.
MJT, yes.
MJT,
yes.
why I say JMT?
Yeah.
I call them everything in the books, but they're, what are they? MJT?
MJT guitars are
Mark Jenny guitars,
Jenny in Carthage, Missouri.
I have to stop and think of Mark Jenny to actually do it right. I don't call everything in the book, but anyway. So folks kind of know you on the commercial already,
Right,
because it's on almost every show probably. So,
oh, cool.
but so they also know you can play the guitar. Now you brought with you a video. And so we're going to play that probably in the second segment.
Oh, yeah.
And it's a song that you wrote.
Yes. From personal experience.
There you go. Hey, no more said.
No more said.
I've had my own personal experiences with a lot of princesses.
Yes.
But also, let me go back to say, back to Rock and Kelly Lee. Man, that was way back. When I first went to Fort Scott Jubilee, it was owned and run by Shelley Wright's mom and dad.
Yes.
And I went up there to went up to audition for their piano player.
Oh, wow.
Back in '95, I think, when they started it. So, and I thought, what am I doing? I don't want to. I can't. And so they had these different people going up, and they were singing, and so I left. See, they didn't know that, but I'm like, forget this. I left. So everybody's sitting there for audition, and I got my car and went around the block, and I started to leave. I thought, I'm going to go eat. That's wild. I'll go eat. I ain't gonna get a job in there, and. It was like God spoke to me and said, get back on there and audition. I'm like, all right. So I went back and turned in again and got back up in there and waited my turn and got up there, and I was doing some piano stuff. I was doing Jerry Lewis, and I did, then finally I was playing the I Found My Thrill.
Oh, yeah.
And they stopped me, midway, and I thought, well, that's not a good sign. And Shelley Wright's mom comes up. I forgot her name. Do you remember her name?
Oh my goodness, I know it, but my mind's going blank at the moment.
I can't think. But anyway, she come up to me and she whispered and goes, what do you do anyway? She said, do you work anywhere? And I said, no, not right now. I said, I just moved to the Ozarks just a year or two ago. She said, could you come up here every week and play and be our piano player? So I got a job like that. So I'm like, yeah, I could do that. So,
awesome.
But then, of course, I started traveling again quite a bit. And so I wasn't there but just a short time. And went on. And then they got, I don't know if they got another piano player right off, but they got, they had a good guitar player. What was his name?
I know him well, Stan Stuckey.
That's it, Stan Stuckey. I couldn't think of his name. I need Stan on here some evening.
Oh, yeah.
He's from the area. Yeah. One. So anyway, that was a lot of fun, though. And so that's where we met you, and then we had you come do Kelly's Country Junction. What did you think the first time that you walked in to the studio? And
it was pretty amazing, because I had actually saw some of your early shows. In fact, the Steve and Nancy Cliffman that did the Fort Scott Country Music Show, they would have Darlene and I go over to their house when Kelly's would come on, and we would watch it over there. And so we kind of were familiar with you. But when I came to the set, it was surprising at what all you did in such a small space.
It is.
That was my impression.
Yeah.
And here we are again.
Yeah, we're in the same studio. So, folks are watching us here, so they don't realize what's on that side and this side. And, there's a set there, and there's a wall back there. It's a set. We got an outhouse over here.
And there's memories in about every corner I look at.
There is, yeah. We've done so much stuff in here. I was telling our cameraman, Mike, I said, man, if these walls could talk,
That's the
if
truth.
the pig on the wall had a voice,
That's the truth.
we had a ton of fun in here. Wasn't nothing bad happened, but we sure had a lot of fun. So they're telling us we got about a minute and a half left. So we'll come back. When we come back, I want to talk to you about what you're doing now.
Sure.
We won't have time to really get into it right now, but you're still doing music.
Oh, yes. And it's amazing the stuff before I came to Kelly's Country Junction that actually prepared me for that. And it's funny in life, sometimes you don't even know things are preparing you for other opportunities down the road.
Yeah.
And that was just such a good fit for me at that point in my life. And that's something I'm real grateful for.
Cool. Yeah. I appreciate you being on and being our lead guitar player because, like I say, he was awesome. I had you. We had Bob York on drums. We had Vern Leeper on rhythm guitar. We ended up with Johnny Rose on steel, and we ended up with a guy that said he couldn't play a bass. What a liar. Rick Vaughn, if you're looking. We ended up with Rick Vaughn on bass guitar. And so we had the all-star band of the Joplin, Missouri area. It was awesome. So, well, we're going to go to a message, and when we come back, we're going to actually show a clip, or not a clip, we're going to show the video, right? We're going to show the whole video
That'd be great.
of your music video called
From a Princess to a Royal Pain, but the short title is just Royal Pain.
Okay. And I played that on my radio show.
All right. Well,
Yeah.
thank you.
Yeah, you bet. All right. Well, we're going to a message, and we'll be back right after this.
Hello, folks. My name's Jason Richison. I'm the lead guitar player for Kelly's Country Junction, and I'm here to tell you about MJT guitars made in Carthage, Missouri. If you would like a custom-made vintage-style guitar, then you need to talk to Mark Jenny. He'll help you out with the style, feel, and sound you are looking for. They specialize in custom-made finishes and are priced affordable, made with you in mind for the perfect sound and fit. MJT guitars, made for the working man.
And we're back after those messages with my guest tonight, Jason Richison. Jason, if the folks had watched the earlier scene, they know that you played on Kelly's Country Junction, that you are a guitar player.
Yes.
Do you play anything besides a guitar?
Well, I play, of course, bass guitar, which most guitar players can play bass. I play.
Once you figure out top four strings.
Yeah, I play a little banjo, which nothing to write home about, but I can pick along with you. And I'm thinking about ordering me it's called a guitar lele. It's like a ukulele, but it's strung like a guitar. And so, anyway, no commitment there, but
Yeah, okay. We'll hold you to that one.
no.
Earlier too, you were talking about MJT guitars. Tell the folks about that and how that commercial. Well, the commercial came for Kelly's Country Junction, but something happened for you before. And while we did a commercial.
Well, so many neat things came through Kelly's Country Junction. Aside from meeting a lot of neat people and some famous people too, one of the very special things to me is there's a guitar place that's just a little ways from where we film at in Carthage, Missouri, called MJT Guitars. Yeah. And their specialty is making vintage styled guitars that kind of are like your the Fender style of guitars, which is I don't want to get into copyright infringement, so I'm trying to word this carefully. But
they make them look old,
yeah,
like they're handed down from your grandfather.
Yes, that's exactly right. And that's the one thing. I'd had a lot of nice guitars, and but one thing I didn't have was a vintage guitar because I didn't have a grandpa or dad that played an instrument, and so this was kind of their specialty. And they had approached you and said that they would kind of like to sponsor the show a little bit. And
told me, I think they mentioned that they wanted to make a guitar. I don't know if they mentioned to make you a guitar first or me, but if they mentioned to make me one, then I'm sure I said, well, Jason's one, you need to make one for him.
Yes, thank you.
Because he's the lead guitar player.
Well, I appreciate that,
But they
Kelly.
did make me one.
Yes.
It was my Buck, I call it. Have you still got Buck?
I sure do. Take good care
Hang
of
on
it
to
for you.
Buck.
I'm taking care
One
of
of these
it.
days, I might come visit.
That's right.
But no use me having Buck. I can't play Buck that well. So,
you do great.
Buck was the red, white, and blue Buck Owens guitar.
Yeah.
And so they made me that one. And then they did what for you? you, though?
Well, they made me a guitar, and it was really a neat experience. I got to go to their shop there, and I got to look through hundreds of bodies and necks, and I got to pick out exactly what I wanted, the color I wanted.
Wow.
And they even had some custom pinstriping done and a B-bender installed. They were wonderful, and I got to thank Mark Jenny and his whole family for that, and you as well for putting in a good word and getting that lined up.
Well, I'm sure he would have. If I don't remember how it came about, it may have been you had the guitar first, and they decided, well, I guess we'll give old Kelly one.
No.
I don't remember how it happened because I wasn't that great. But since we had the TV show and we were all in kind of the same area, it's kind of worked that way. But another thing that commercial did, and the guitars from Mark Jenny's Guitars, is took you to Nashville. Tell us about that.
Oh, that was another awesome experience, courtesy of Kelly's Country Junction, MJT.
You keep saying that, but actually, MJT Guitars could have found you without us.
Well, it all works together.
Yeah, I'll accept that, but thank you anyway.
Well, Mark had asked me. He said, "Would you ever be interested in making a trip to Nashville?" And I said, "Well, sure." I thought.
Would you ask a guitar player,
Yes.
would you be interested in going to Nashville? Well, let me think this over. Hey, we're packed.
That's right. Well, anyway, he had told me there's this show in Nashville. It's on Fox 17 called Rock and Review, and the host is a guy named Eric Daw. Wonderful, wonderful guy, very knowledgeable about guitars.
He needs to have us on.
That's right.
Let's tell Eric about that.
Well, man, he is. I'll tell you, Eric Dahl. This blew me away because I didn't know about it, so I got to looking it up on the internet, and I found out like the week before this, they'd had Ricky Skaggs on. Yeah. They'd had Ray Benson from Asleep at the Wheel.
I know.
He's had Dolly Parton, Kenny Rogers. I mean, all the big names on there. Yeah. And what they do is each week they would take something guitar related, since Nashville's Music City.
Right.
And Eric had kind of pitched this idea to the station there, and they would have something guitar related, and then some. So he had saw MJ Guitars on the internet and was really impressed by their pictures and by the product that they had, and he invited Mark to have someone go there and show their guitars and talk about it. So they actually paid for my and my wife's way to go, and paid for our motel, the gas, and everything. Yeah. We got to meet Eric, and we felt like stars for that time. It was awesome. And not only that, we got to go down on Broadway, and since I had some music friends and I was on Kelly's Country Junction, they had talked to some of the bands there on Broadway. So whenever I went in, they had me get up and play with them, and I got some awesome pictures and videos from that. So thank you guys for that. That was wonderful.
Well, I remember seeing some of those videos and them old Nashville pickers.
Yeah.
And I'm telling you, buddy, you held your own with them.
Well, thank you.
Whether they think so or not, we don't care. I'm telling you, it is. Hey, I tell you what, let's do right now. I want to go and show the folks your music video.
Oh, awesome!
Now set this up. And we're gonna,
well, I'll tell you, this here video is done with good-heartedly. there is this mindset going around today with girls. I call it the princess mentality. And from the time that they're little, we kind of,
those cards and letters will Facebook will go to Jason Richison, not Spotlight on the Ozarks.
No, from the time they're little, we kind of tell them they're princesses and we spoil them. That's good. But if it goes unchecked, it can be a bad thing.
As they get older.
Yeah, you want to balance that. So I thought when this idea came to mind, I thought it's kind of something a lot of guys and ladies can relate to, because I'm sure in your families and people you come in contact, you've kind of seen this here personality before. And I think when you see the part where it talks about being on your cell phone and taking selfies, it might strike a chord with a lot of people.
Funny. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to go to the video right now, and then we'll be right back after we show the video. The name of it is
Royal Pain. You were such a little sweet thing when I first met you. Such a vision of beauty, charm, and grace. Oh, but time has marched on, and you have changed, dear. From a princess into a royal pain. From a princess into a royal pain. Well, those words your daddy told you, I must have got stuck in your brain. Royalty is how you see yourself, and you demand we all see the same. You have grown from a princess into a royal pain. Well, you're always on your cell phone when we go out, and it's clear from all those selfies, well, you're all you think about. If you acted more like a lady, girl, I'd treat you like a queen. You have grown from a princess into a royal pain. From a princess into a royal pain. Those words your daddy told you must have got stuck in your brain. Royalty is how you see yourself, and you demand we all see the same. You have grown from a princess into a royal pain. Well, I may have been a toad, but that's long changed. You must have had the same curse, only slightly rearranged. You'd be sweeter as a peasant girl than what you are today. You have grown from a princess into a royal pain. From a princess into a royal pain. Those words your daddy told you must have got stuck in your brain. Royalty is how you see yourself, and you demand the world see the same. You have grown from a princess into a royal pain. Well, you're the beauty, I'm the beast, has become your mind's refrain. You have grown from a princess into a royal pain. Yeah, baby, you're no princess, well, you are a royal pain.
Oh boy! Well, Mr. Jason, that's quite a video.
Well, thank you,
And
Kelly.
I like that video.
Well, thank you.
Who put that together for you? And you want to tell?
Well, actually, it's something I had wrote in for a year or so. I was really wanting to make a video, but the right chance came along to where there's a little group I'm playing with now called Next of Kin. And there's a wonderful harmony singer named Shanna Lynette, and her son does video work. And so anyway, we asked him if he would come and shoot the video for us, and I put his name in the credits there, so
Yeah.
I'll let you go back and look at that. But we got to do that in Fort Scott at a little place called the Hometown Pub. And Kelly, you are responsible for some of the look in that video. If you notice that nice shiny jacket I was wearing, we did a video on Kelly's Country Junction called "Running with the Big Dog." Is a song you wrote.
Oh yeah.
You sang part of it, and I sang part of it. Well, I had forgot that we even recorded it, and then you posted it, and I looked back, and it turned out so good. And I was wearing that jacket, and I thought that was so neat. I'm going to use that if I do a video for my song. So you're partly responsible for that.
Well, that's good that I'm responsible for something decent at least. I get a lot of blame for a lot of stuff.
Oh, no.
When we come back from commercial, we'll have to show a little bit of that "Running with the Big Dog."
Oh, that'd be great.
I own that.
Yes.
That's why I wrote that song.
Awesome.
So, okay, well, I'll tell you what. We're going to go to another commercial, set of commercials, whatever, And when we come back, though, I want you to talk a little bit about the bands you're with now.
Okay.
And then you said you recorded that at a place called The Pub. I thought it was at your place up there.
Well, actually, the music track I recorded at my house, and I call it R&R Recording Studio.
Okay.
And we did everything there except the piano track, and that was a friend of mine in Cherokee named Tim Letchworth, and he actually played that and sent it through me by the computer.
Yeah.
So we put it in there, and
Isn't that amazing?
it is amazing.
I love technology for that kind of stuff.
Yes.
Yeah. We actually work on another show with a lady from New York.
Oh.
And she does her stuff and sends me the video, and we put the show together.
That's pretty
It is
neat.
pretty amazing, isn't it? Yeah.
Yes.
So, okay. Well, we're going to run a commercial, and then we'll be back after this, and we're going to do a follow up with Jason Richison. It's Fonzie. Hey, Fonz. Did you watch Kelly James in the 70s review show?
Oh, yeah.
No, it's Hey.
Hey.
Oh, hoogie, son. I'm running with the big dog.
I'm running with a hot dog.
We're running and playing the music with all our friends. I'm running with the big dog.
And I'm running with a hot dog.
We're running and burning a candle at both ends. And we're back out of that, set of commercials. Plus, we just showed a little clip from the big dog.
All right.
Running with the big dog. That was you and me.
Like
Yeah,
it.
That striking man in the black hat was me. Did you have a black hat on?
I believe I did.
Well, then that was that striking man. It wasn't me. I'm sorry. But one of us was striking and the other was struck.
Yeah, that's good.
Hey, you just got back from a trip.
I did. I got to go on my very first ever cruise, and I was part of the Duke Mason band. So that was a really neat experience for me.
Who else was with you?
Actually, the special guest was Barbara Fairchild and her husband Roy Morris, and you're familiar with her, I know.
Yeah. That's it. They was on Kelly's Country Junction a couple of times.
There was so many neat people that came through here, and I got to actually meet, and she was one of them.
Yeah. You want to watch Tapping the Hat?
Oh yes.
Because we got a cheap show. So people don't know, but the mic's just right there. Right down there. That's where the mic is. Right hey,
down
Mike,
there.
show the mic. Go ahead and show these boots while you're at it.
That was one of my souvenirs from the cruise.
Now, see the mic? There's where the mic is.
Okay, there's
Now,
where it is.
here's my shoes. And go ahead there, bud. Put your shoe up.
Okay, there we go.
See our shoes?
We got
Now show your shoes and tell about it.
Well, actually, on the cruise, we made a stop in Belize, and I'd always wanted a pair of Stingray boots.
Yeah.
But they're really expensive, if you go to a
Yeah.
Western store and they even have them. But anyway, you can get some good deals down there if you barter a little bit. So this was one of my good deals, one of my souvenirs I got to bring back.
So how much? Don't tell me how much, but was it? What could you buy in the United States with equivalent of what you paid for those?
Let's see here.
A hamburger?
Well, a little more than a hamburger, but anyway, we'll just
Okay, a hamburger and fries.
There you go.
Okay.
There you go.
Hey, you mentioned Duke Mason.
Mm-hmm.
You play with his band and any other bands?
Yeah, there's a guy that's a really good singer. His name's Rick Cook, and he has a great band, and I get to play with him quite a bit. I had mentioned Next of Kin earlier, who I did the video with.
Yeah.
I was part of Stone Country for a couple years. Great bunch of people, great musicians, and And right after the Kelly's Country Junction, I had actually was part of a show called Willa Mae and Friends. It was like a traveling Branson-style show.
Yeah, Kathy and I come and saw you on that. Remember, if you remember? Yeah,
Yes.
we saw that. It was a good show.
That was some neat memories. And, there's a lot of local Opries that I really enjoy going to. Sometimes I'll go as a guest, and sometimes I go to fill in as a lead player for the bands. And there's one called the Big Creek Opry up by Harrisonville, Missouri. Another one called the Ottawa or the Grand Ole Opry in Ottawa, Kansas.
Okay.
And so it's just a lot of fun. Any chance I get to go play, I try to do it.
Okay, cool. So the people can, if they're on your Facebook or if they look you up, Jason Richison, they could see where you're playing. Do you ever tell people I'm going to be here this Saturday?
Yeah, usually like the week of, I'll put a post on my Facebook page, and my last name is a little unusual. It's like Rich
I can do it.
Oh, you got it?
You told me so many times. It's Rich. Mike's talking to himself. It's time to go now. Don't get excited. Anyway, it's Rich is on. Right? Is that it?
That's it. You got it.
I always remember. And I still can spell it wrong sometimes. Like, whatever. But, we got to have Duke on sometime.
Oh, that would be a great guest.
Yeah.
He's super
done
talented
a lot of
guy.
stuff, too. So, and that's okay. It's just the timer going off. So, but we're still talking. So, you're from, we never did say this in the show, you're from Fort Scott, Kansas.
Yes, I'm originally...
Oh, that's where you live.
Yeah, I live from Fort Scott, Kansas, originally from Modesto, California.
Okay. And you're married?
Yes.
And your wife's name?
Darlene Richison, and she is a sweetheart. Thank God, because, as a musician, that's what it takes.
See, I couldn't find that. That's why I got one. Mine kept telling me no more guitars. I'm like, well, that ain't gonna work.
No.
And then I don't have that many anyway. Mine would be hateful. They'd say stuff like, "You can't play it. Why do you want to buy it?"
Don't they know if you get another guitar, it makes you play better?
Oh yeah. The more guitars you have, the better you play.
Everyone knows it.
Well, they ought to, but not all of them.
No.
Okay, well, Jason, I've enjoyed tonight. We haven't even scratched the surface of what you do, your talent, and stuff. But thanks for being my guest, and you got to come back.
Oh, I love that, Kelly, and thank you for having me.
Bet, man. All right, my guest tonight has been Jason Richison. He's just a dear friend, and also he's a wonderful musician. So if you need a wonderful musician, a wonderful one, have you got a website?
Just Facebook.
Facebook? Yeah. Oh, yeah, we're going to put your website on. Anyway, look him up on Facebook, and you won't be sorry. Jason Richison.
You got it.
Okay. We'll be back next week with another great guest. I don't know who. We never know. We never know if he'll show up.
It keeps things interesting that way.
My guest might be Mike the cameraman.
That'd be a good one.
He's Anyway, we'll be back next week with somebody and some show, so you be sure to watch us.